In today's episode, Cathy asks, what marketing discipline will be the next one to be revolutionized by AI? What business hasn't been revolutionized by AI? What discipline will not be? Very few will not be affected, right? Very few will not be transformed in some way. The things that artificial intelligence is bad at, it is bad at understanding emotion, right? Machines don't feel. They have no capacity to understand emotions. They can parse the semantics around the language we use for emotions and assign probability judgments to it, but they can't feel. They cannot exercise judgment. And in this case, we are specifically talking about exceptions to rules, right? When you, for example, go to a restaurant and you're like really polite to the wait staff and they've had a crap day and every other customer's been rude, they would, they might be like, you know what, I'm going to throw this person a free appetizer because the first person has been in this place all day that hasn't been a jerk to me. That person is exerting judgment. They are overriding the rules because it circumstantially feels right to them. Again, it's emotion-based. Machines, not good at emotions. And generally speaking, all things being equal, people tend to want to do business with other people. The exception being if your customer services or your people interfaces are so appallingly bad that nobody wants to deal with your people. Looking at you cable companies. Other than that, anything that does not involve primary emotion work is up for grabs by AI. Think of it this way. This is something I say a lot in my talks. AI is nothing more than mathematics, right? Statistics, probability, mathematics. And so if we substitute the word AI with the word spreadsheet, right? What business or discipline has not been revolutionized by the spreadsheet in the last 50 years, right? Can you think of a single company that doesn't use spreadsheets in some capacity? Very difficult to think of that, right? Except for, maybe a few folks who still do everything by hand on like Post-it notes. But for the most part, the spreadsheet's pretty much pervasive in every business. It's just there. It's a utility. It's part of how you do business. It's impossible to think about doing some tasks without it. That's AI. That is the role that AI is going to take on, particularly with all the latest advances in things like generative AI and large language models. There will not be a single company that is not in some way using AI. Now, the challenge will be those companies who adopt earlier and work out all the bugs and stay agile, stay up to date. That can be very hard to catch up with. Very difficult to catch up with over time. So you would have to wait. If you are in an industry where you have waited and your competitors have just danced circles around you, you will have to be on the lookout for a paradigm shift within AI, like generative AI, to be able to retake some ground if you were asleep at the wheel for the earlier stages of AI. But those paradigm shifts are few and far between. So when one comes along, get in, get on board as quickly as you can, get up to speed as quickly as you can. I was having a chat the other day with a friend of a friend, and even people who are doing stuff that would be considered classical or even archaic, studies of old biblical texts and things, they're using AI. They're using AI to speed along their work. So if you've got someone who is resistant to it in your company, just remind them that people who are studying like 5th century Greek texts are using AI to improve the quality and the speed of their work. So if it works on 5th century Greek materials, it'll work on your business. Anyway, good question. Thanks for asking.
If you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.